What's up, folks? So let's talk about a movie that is released today on Netflix, and that's The Wrong Missy. Now, I'm just going to just move the curtains back just a little bit on this one. Now, I was interested in seeing this film because I had read the synopsis, I had seen the trailer. There was definitely some intrigue going into this film. That is an ambulance driving by. But I had tried to get access to see this early, and there was no available screeners for it. So I was like, okay. Typically not the case, but it is what it is. So the film now is out for everyone to view on Netflix, and I have a lot of things to talk about here with this one because so again, this movie, The Wrong Missy, is brought to you by the Happy Madison Productions. If you know, that's Adam Sandler's film company. Adam Sandler and Netflix are definitely, they got the deal. So you got a ton of releases, starring or, done by Adam Sandler. And this happens to be one of them. The first thing I have to say is that, this is a romance comedy. More emphasis on the word comedy here. And what it's basically about is a guy meets a woman of his dreams and invites her to his company corporate retreat, but realizes he sent the invite to the wrong person. So that's, roughly just quickly what it's about. But I'm going to break down some other things with this film, and I'm going to tell you my problems with this. So first of all, in the beginning of this film, to my surprise, look who's sitting at the bar. Roman Reigns. If you not know who Roman Reigns is The Rock's, Dwayne Johnson's nephew. The last time I seen him in a film was Hobbs versus Shaw. So good to see him back on another film. Good for him. Also, Roman Reigns, a WWE wrestler, just battled and beat leukemia. The guy's a warrior. During his time away from WWE, he did Hobbs and Shaw. Obviously, I think this is the second film he might have been in. Was cool to see him. Also cool to see him being a tough guy in this film. I like that. That was pretty cool. But not to mention, before the title even comes across on the scene, that opening sequence is just wild because a lot goes on. But basically, it really shows you how off the rails this film gets, because it indeed does get very wonky, very crazy, and just and it also put a lot of emphasis on how bizarre a blind date could be. But anyway, so Tim, who's played by David Spade, he's back out on the dating scene. Him and his old girl or wife, forgot which one, they split. And he was like, all right, well, let's try my hands. He gets out there, goes on a blind date. The blind date, he ends up meeting a lady named Missy, played by Lapkus. So Missy is absolutely off the rail crazy, and he just ditches this date. He has got to get out of there. She is cool. But so after that, he just like, hey, I'm hanging it up. I'm done. Blah blah blah. He decides to go on a trip. He's at the airport, and he randomly bumps into a lady. And it was a big mix up, and they end up having to, they both missed their flight. They end up having, they did miss their flight, excuse me. And they happened to have time to really converse with each other. Come to find out, they have a lot in common, and things escalate quickly. Her name is Melissa, by the way. And Melissa, short for Missy, just keep that in mind. And he is head over his heels, and she's head over his heels, because they are just the match made in heaven. They got so many similarities and everything. So he is just like, okay, I guess I am back in the game. But quickly, as I just put emphasis on her name being Melissa, and by the name being called The Wrong Missy, it automatically is very clear what's going to happen in this film. So nonetheless, and it's dead obvious what happens in the film. How does the film and how does everything correlates to the title and so on. So, pretty much at this point is blind date Missy versus dream girl Missy. But with us understanding, the plot of the film, you kind of wonder, well, how does this all plays out? And I got to say, that's literally the only intrigue for me in this film. That's what kept me wanting to watch this film for its entirety. It's like, how is this all going to unravel? So with that being said, the last little thing about the plot is that, you know, he has a company retreat, which is in beautiful Hawaii, which is one of the other good things about this film, is that we get to see Hawaii. If you've never been to Hawaii, I advise you to put that on your bucket list, because it is absolutely beautiful. And where they shot it at, I've been there. It's everything that you think it is by looking at it. So being able to see the beautiful status of just beautiful Hawaii, I could say beautiful 1,000 times with Hawaii. That was the other big lure of this film. But so he has a company retreat in Hawaii. He decides to text Melissa or Missy in the phone, and he ends up texting the wrong one. The wrong one shows up at the airport, and he ends up going on this company retreat with the wrong person. So that's really pretty much the premise of it. As you know, as crazy as she is and everything's going on in front of all the professionals at his job, and he's trying to impress his boss, you can imagine how crazy that could get. If that does it for you, definitely go check it out, watch it. But here's the one thing I'm gonna say: Lauren did a phenomenal job with playing the blind date crazy Missy, because, you know, Lauren is a voice actor and has had endless roles in her career, and this performance in this film shows you just how versatile she is with her demeanors, her vocal range, and just her acting, because her character, like I said, is so off the rails. She has to really transform into different people all at different times. I mean, it's really a tremendous job. I've got to give her props on that, because, you know, with a lot of things I didn't like with the film, for what she was given, she did a tremendous job. Because I thought the script was kind of trash too. I feel like it didn't give none of the characters a lot of depth. But like, Lauren definitely did her thing with her character for sure. Not to mention, I was talking about actors. There's a ton of cameos from people, you know, actors of previous Adam Sandler's films. So definitely, you know, Adam Sandler works with his tight niche of bunch of people. So expect to see, you know, the usual faces in this as well. But you know, if this is your style of comedy, you know, really dumbed down, kind of silly, off the railness that most of the other films out of this production studio has produced, then it's right down your alley. If it's not, then it's not really that over the top, you know, blockbuster comedy that you was looking for. So yeah, sure, I found myself with some laughs, you know, throughout this film, but sometimes the characters were just really annoying. Like I said, the humor was really dumbed down. But you know, most of the time, about 90% of the time, I kind of found myself just kind of going like, oh my God, what am I watching? What am I watching? But I made it through it because I had to see how this was all going to resolve. And of course, I wanted to do a review for you guys. And of course, I could look at Hawaii forever if I had the option. But you know, The Wrong Missy is on Netflix right now. So if you have your Netflix subscription, which a lot of us do, you know, check it out. This is your thing. If you're a big Adam Sandler fan, you're a big fan of Happy Madison Productions, this is your thing. Or if it's, you know, you're just looking for some background noise and visuals while you're cleaning up, this might be for you. But that's honestly my review for this. Like again, it's to each his own here. If this is your niche, go for it. If you're not, if you want this to deliver what you think it's going to deliver, probably not. So, but until the next review, I'll catch you there, and stay tuned.
I keep